Hello and welcome to Console Accessories. Hope you're staying safe and I hope you're looking after each other. And I do hope you like that intro. And as you well have guessed, we're going to be looking at this. Now, this is called a classic wireless controller, NS02. Now, it's by a company that I'm still struggling. So if you can read that, I'd be very impressed. Guiseapue, I'm not quite sure, so I'm not going to try and butcher it anymore, so I do apologise. But that's what you have to look for when you're looking at that, because I got this from Amazon. I paid £20. You can get this in Europe for €20, and I haven't actually found it in Australia or the US yet. Okay, so do stick a thumbs up if you like the product, and do think about subscribing and hit that bell icon and all the other goodness and share it around. I'd really, really appreciate it. Okay, so the reason I got this was it kind of popped up on my Amazon feed, and I thought, oh, that looks a little bit interesting, because I do love it because it looks like an old NES controller, doesn't it? But styled up a bit. Now I know 8-bit do versions of these. It's done the SF30, but that's like £35 in the UK, and this was only 20, so it's almost half the price. So I wasn't willing to shell out for the 8-bit do one when I could get this one to work. Okay, so when you go open it up, you obviously get the controller, and then under here you get a manual, and then you get a really nice flat. So if you look there, it's a nice flat USB Type-C cable. I think this is an excellent cable, really nice. And then we're not going to need the manual because I don't really know how to connect it. Now, first impressions are, I think this is brilliant. I really, really like the look of this. I mean, I do like my NES controllers. I've got a little bit, I've changed some of my Joy-Cons to be similar to that. So I've done my Joy-Cons to be that. So I do like that kind of retro-y look, but this has got the updated look, because whereas the NES controllers are all square, this has got the rounded version. And it's got the 2 thumbsticks, so it hasn't just got the 2 D-pads on there, it's got 2 thumbsticks, which is always good. So going over the top, you've got the D-pad. Feels okay. It feels like any normal D-pad on any controller. I don't think there's anything special about that. Not a problem. And then you've got your plus and your minus, which are spongy buttons, similar with the screenshot on the home button. They're spongy buttons as well. And then you've got these buttons that have got quite a lot of travel on them. Let's see if we can get that in a bit closer. So you have a look there. Nice lot of travel on those. X, Y, A, B, as you'd expect, and they're on the black and they're on the red, so it's just the red bit there that sets off to make it look like a bit of a NES. And then the 2 thumbsticks there, they are quite small. See, they don't go very far up. They're not very clicky, but they're clicky enough, and there's plenty of travel on them. The only thing I would say is about these thumbsticks are they're quite small on there, so let's use these ones. So these are my Satisfy thumb grips. You're not going to be able to keep them on there. They're just too small. Okay, so if you're thinking about putting some Control Freaks on or something like that, they won't work. And then on the top, we have them in line. We have the L1, R1, and L2 and R2 on the top, and on there we have the USB Type-C connector, and on the back just tells you a bit about it. Okay, so let's get into some details of it. So the reason I got this was it'd be nice and portable, because I just wanted something that I could just sling in my bag. So I'm all about sticking stuff in my bag. If you look before, I've done some travel cases and stuff like that, which is all well and good taking your Pro controller, lovely. But 20 quid and you can just throw it in, and there's not much chance of it getting damaged because there's not much to it. So I wanted a nice light piece. So let's have a look how much it weighs. It's 83 grams. Let's put that into some context. If I get a couple of Joy-Cons, that's 102. So this is lighter than a couple of Joy-Cons. Superb. And then if you want to know about width and stuff, it is 14.5 centimeters by 6.5 centimeters, and then depth wise without the thumbsticks it's 1.5 centimeters, and with the thumbsticks and all the buttons and stuff you're looking at about 2.5 centimeters. So really nice and portable, I mean properly portable. And what I was saying about the clicky buttons, so these aren't clicky, sorry, I forgot to say, these are clicky, these are lovely and clicky. Yeah, great. So this was perfect for me. I just wanted something that I could just wang in my bag and connect really easily. And speaking of connecting, all you do, really simple, as you do with most of them. Let's. Okay, what you do is when you go into your controllers, the controller menu there, and you change your grip order, to connect it, you have to press B and home, and then that second LED starts to flash, and then when it's connected, which it has done, it will light up on that number 1. And it charges up via USB-C, and when it's charging up there, it just flashes. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you how far the charge is. So if it's flashing 4 LEDs, that just means it's charging. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to say how far the battery had gone, but it unfortunately doesn't do that. It has the motion and it has the vibrate, which is really good. Just felt the vibration there. It's a really, really nice vibration there. So you're not missing out on any functionality. It doesn't do the NFC, so you won't be able to do the amiibos, unfortunately. But it feels nice in the hand. It feels kind of, my adult hands, I think this is quite nice. And I really like the ability just to be able to throw it in your bag and just not have to be too precious about it, because 20 quid for a little controller like this is just great. Really enjoy it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll leave the links below if you want to grab hold of one of these. Like I was saying, there are loads of different controllers like this one. I just picked this one because I think it looked quite nice, and the fact that it's nearly half the price of the 8BitDo one, and I'm not sure the 8BitDo does anything more, because this one you're looking at getting about 5 hours play out of an hour and a bit charge. Because I charged it up and it wasn't completely fat, but it took an hour and a bit, and you can get about 5 hours play on the full battery it says, so that's really good. And I just really like the look of this, because sometimes it's style over substance, but this has got a bit of style to it and a bit of substance to it, so I'm really pleased with this. I think if you're looking for a controller that you can just sling in your bag and go away with, perfect. Okay, so what do you think? Let me know. There's not much to say about this, just a nice, simple, classic controller, isn't it? Let me know. Have you got one? Are you thinking about picking one up? Can you say the word? Can you say that word? If you can, phonetically, down in the comments, please, because I'm struggling. And let me know what your thoughts on it. I think this is a winning product for me. Absolutely winning. Keeping this. Okay, that's it then. Please do stick a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new around here. It would mean a great deal. That's it for the classic controller NS02. And until the next video. Bye-bye.